Hello Gemini, welcome to my channel, Autumn Moon the Mage. This is a general message in regards to love for Gemini. It is general, so it might not resonate with you, but if you were drawn to the video, perhaps it is, the message, but maybe just some portion of it was intended for you. So just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. We're going to start, Gemini, with the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit. We're going to draw a card for the energy that you are in and that you're bringing to this connection, and then one for them. Can we please get a card for Gemini? The energy that Gemini is in and bringing into this connection, please, for Gemini. The bee is what we get. I'm going to read that out of the book for you, but that's air energy, which is your energy. You, Aquarius, and Libra. I've been getting a lot of air energy today from all the readings that I've been doing. Can I please get a card for the person connecting with Gemini? What energy are they in? What energy are they bringing to this connection? For Gemini, please. Tarantula, which is fire energy. That's Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. But let me read that from the book for you. We're going to start with you, the bee. Earnest, hardworking, democratic. The bee personality is a delight to be around, especially when there's a team project on the horizon. Bees love to work steadily and thoughtfully until the final task is complete. They are sensitive creatures, aware of many subtleties at once. Since they're artists at heart, they usually add creative details to the overall vision. For the most part, they have bustling, joyous personalities until they're too tired from all the work. Then they gripe and then sting. It's funny because this is like the Geminis I can think of. This is totally them. This is like so you, workaholic sort of. But very an artist at heart, So you add your little flair to it all, which makes it fun for everybody around you, I've got to say. So, and then you get too tired and you're worn out and then you're grumpy. So that is you, Gemini. It just like described you. It's the bee energy. Sorry. Let's take a look at them. But if you're focusing a lot on work, then maybe you're not focusing on the connection, possibly. And maybe possibly neglecting it, maybe possibly neglecting yourself in the process because you're really just focusing on a task that you have set for yourself or that you have set in work. Possibly we're going to, draw some tarot cards on all of this, but let's take a look at the tarantula spider, which is fire energy. At a crossroad, claiming life's purpose. The tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream, yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find true happiness, you must choose Dharma, which is your deeper purpose, your life meaning. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers, patient and calm, like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. Interesting. So this person is if they're in the energy of the tarantula, then they know something is going to change. It needs to change. They're trying to listen to their intuition, trying to put themselves back on track. There's something that they need to focus on, and they know it, and they're just trying to get themselves realigned, listening to their intuition, trying to get themselves back on track, it looks like. So let's take a look here. It kind of looks like you're both a little bit distracted right at the moment. But let's see here how you feel about this person you're connecting with. How does Gemini feel? Oh, that came out quick about the person they're connecting with. 10 of Cups, that is feeling at home with someone. That's feeling emotionally safe, you know, like you can express yourself freely. And if you don't have that with them now, then you would like that with them, you know, and you think it's possible with them. We have 4 cards. We will take them because they flew out. Okay. We get the 8 of Wands, which is wanting forward movement and communication. The 8 of Wands represents communication and wanting to move things forward. I don't know how to say this. Wu Wei? Wu Wei? I'm actually going to pull out the book to tell you what this means because it's exclusive to this deck. So I'm going to pull that out. And then Page of Swords. So you're kind of, you're investigating. I look at the Page of Swords as kind of an investigator. Okay, which kind of is a nice way to put it, I suppose. Private eye, you know? Like really trying to understand something, looking for an answer, but they're doing it in kind of not a direct way. Kind of an indirect way. Let me read to you what it says in the book about that card, though. Okay, it says, to act in accordance with destiny. Nothing is simpler, nothing is harder. When we exert all of our strength and effort, do we achieve the most? When we demand that our views are correct, how many do we convince? Is the victory that is Pyrrhic merely one step towards ultimate loss? Picture this dream. It flows across the land, adapting to the contours in harmony with the rocks and valleys. And slowly, gently, with almost invisible display of force, the land erodes and submits to the way of the stream. Learn to allow, do by not doing, adapt, take the shape of the circumstances you inhabit, and then from within gently do enough, just enough, so that your influence may turn the tide. Thus do we begin a story with a legacy in its heart. Wow. So it's about destiny, right? But it also seems to be about change. And it almost feels like you want to bend them to your will, like you want something. And in this card, it's saying don't demand it. It's saying like whisper it, you know, whisper your desire. And just like this image is so funny, but it's like, yeah, like whisper it to them repeatedly and they will eventually bend to it or something along those lines. How interesting. Okay. Let's draw cards for how they feel about you. It's also like about destiny, right? You know, and about change. It feels a little bit like the Wheel of Fortune. That energy there. Let's take a look at how they feel about you. Can you please give us 3 cards? How does this person feel about Gemini? Oh. How does this person feel about Gemini? Please feel free to fast forward if it's taking too long. I like to let the cards come out on their own. That's 2. Can we get one more? How does this person feel about Gemini? One more card, please. One more card, please. How does this person feel about Gemini? How does this person feel? This person connecting with Gemini, how do they feel about Gemini, please? One more card. All right. Let's take a look at what we have here. The Nine of Discs. Well, the Nine of Discs is somebody that we find attractive. Not just the person, but their whole life. Kind of like we feel like they have everything they could want, you know? Their life looks attractive to us, and they are also attractive to us, okay? Oh my gosh, are you serious? Okay, look, this is the other card in this deck that is exclusive to this deck, duality. Okay, which is like, it's like yin and yang, okay? I have a better understanding of this card, but it's like that balance, you know? I'll read this to you from the book as well, just so you know. But then Two of Wands, which is, it's a waiting card, okay? But also, like, a choice has been made, a decision has been made, okay? And he's there looking out at the world. He's going to move towards what he's decided on, you know? Like, and it's possible that you are that decision. We'll definitely look into this further for more information. But let's pull out that book again so we can read what it says about duality. Okay. The wind settles the seed of opposition at the zenith of self-assurance, and we turn and we grow. Where lies absolute reality when one thing depends upon another? The great without the small, the beautiful without the homely, active without the passive. For each they are merely two sides of the same mountain, one bathed in light and the other cooled in in shade, both of equal value. How do we judge by our own absolute standard when a truth for one may not be so for another? Our inner worlds, perceptions, experiences, each as unique as our fate. What is fair to one may be an injustice to others. And intransient, binary, rarely crossed. Whoa, that was like... Observe the duality and know the interrelation. Perspective defines all. And it feels like, as far as feelings go, like maybe they feel opposite. Maybe they feel like you are opposites, but opposites often attract. And it kind of feeling like also two sides of the same coin. In a way, even though we're very different from someone, we often sometimes... there's balance in that. Do you know what I mean? There's balance in and so feeling like we're going to clarify it, because it seems like it could be like feeling like you are two sides of the same, you know, or it could mean that you're in opposition. So we will definitely clarify for more on that. Sorry. What I was thinking about this bee energy over here is maybe you feel like you've invested a lot here into this connection, and things haven't gone, maybe, haven't progressed in the way that you wanted. This is a possibility just based off of these cards that I'm seeing here, that maybe things haven't progressed the way that you hoped they would possibly, and now you're feeling beat down a little bit. Still hopeful, but a little bit beat down. But let's take a look at the Ten of Cups. Can you please clarify the Ten of Cups for how Gemini feels about this person they're connecting with? Can you clarify? Okay. Be serious here, cards. Can you please clarify the Ten of Cups? Okay. All right. We get the Queen of Wands, which is magnetic. Oh, wow. And the Empress. Oh, wow. Okay. These are both of these are incredibly attractive. Like, they represent just very beautiful people. Male or female, it doesn't matter. The person is very attractive, okay? The Empress represents new beginnings, but like giving birth to it, giving birth to that new beginning. And it's something you create, and this person would be someone that you create with. The Queen of Wands, that's fire energy, which we've already seen here once before. Again, that's Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius who might be dealing with one of them. But the Queen of Wands is very magnetic, very alluring, very attractive, very passionate and confident kind of energy. And I feel like it's odd to me that this is two people, because it makes me, generally when I see two people, I wonder like, why are there two, but I feel like you just think that this person is these energies, very attractive, and you feel comfortable with them, and possibly like you want to create something with them, with this Empress. It's funny, I just thought of the queen bee, like the bees are all working for their queen, and it's almost like that's how you see this person, almost like a queen. That Empress card, that is the Queen of Queens. She is the divine feminine, and like I said, gender is not important. It could be a man or a woman. It just represents like the person, like it doesn't get any higher than the Empress and the Emperor. So the Empress, by the way, is Taurus energy. So you might be dealing with a Taurus. But let's take a look at the Eight of Wands. Okay. With the Eight of Wands, we get the Judgment. Okay, the Judgment card, which is about acceptance and forgiveness when necessary. But really, it's about accepting ourselves, okay, accepting the roles that we've played in our lives, accepting the things we've done wrong, things that we've done well. It's a card of acceptance and forgiveness when it's necessary. And in doing that, we set ourselves free. And that opens doors. It opens so many doors. And it just makes it wide. It's like walking out of a narrow hallway into a field, a wide open field. And it's just the best feeling in the world. This is possibly one of my favorite cards in the deck. But anyway, the Judgment card, in doing that, we open the possibilities. And that's why this is sometimes considered a reconciliation card, because when we... Hey, Gemini. I apparently ran out of space on my hard drive in the middle of your reading. I believe I went back and checked, so I'm going to go back through all of this with you, but we were here on Judgment, and you wanting to communicate that something about acceptance of the situation, possibly acceptance of yourself and your emotions and this person, and perhaps also forgiveness if that's necessary between the two of you, or forgiveness of yourself. But you definitely want to communicate something like that to them. You want to open the door, and see all of the possibilities with them. And that's really what kept coming out here. We get the Ten of Cups to clarify this woo-wee energy here, which I feel like is what you're trying to push for. You're trying to kind of manifest this Ten of Cups, which is what you already feel with this person. You feel like they are um, someplace that you'd be safe. They feel like you're home, and you want to create this. You want this for them too. It's almost like you're trying to persuade them into it, like, um, or you feel it. You definitely feel that with them, and maybe trying to persuade yourself into it a little, like as far as like accepting it goes, because in it, with the Page of Swords here, we got the Hierophant and the Hermit. And I think it's really interesting in this card, by the way, that there's this like cube around her head, because it always makes me think of the Hermit. And so it was interesting for me that both these cards came out. But the Hierophant is Taurus energy. So you might be, again, that's more Taurus there that you could be dealing with. But with this energy, the Hierophant represents forward movement, okay? And understanding and finding that deeper meaning, that deeper connection in something, and how that moves us forward. And it's also a marriage card. It's also a soulmate card. And so it can be about that, because like with the Hierophant, if we're talking about a relationship and how you feel about that relationship, it would be like you wanting to take the next step, wanting to move forward. But the Hierophant also represents like tradition, and society's definition of tradition. Sometimes we feel bound by what society says is supposed to be, and also our own traditions. And sometimes we feel bound by our own traditions and what we feel the right steps are, the right path. And so it feels like you're really internally, like you're keeping it to yourself, this desire to move forward, this there's a lot of energy of moving forward with this person, but you're like keeping it to yourself, and you're quietly watching them, possibly trying to figure out if that's what they want as well, with that Page of Swords there. Really trying to answer that question within yourself, like, how do I move forward? How do I make us step to the next step? How do we go to that next level? Okay. For them, with the Nine of Pentacles here, which again is somebody that you feel is very attractive, somebody that just has everything that they could need, okay? In the Nine of Pentacles, this person is single, though. They don't have that one person that, like, that finishes off, like, closes off, or like completes that family, that physical, that material world, like, the person, that one person that you connect with, that 10th pentacle, that cherry on top. Okay, that's the thing that you're missing. But you're very attractive, and your life is attractive. Like, everything about how you live and what you have in your life is attractive to this person. They find all of that attractive. And we get the King of Swords here to clarify, which is you. This is your energy. This is air signs, so that's Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. But this is your energy here, and they see you. And connected to that, we have the Star and the Sun, which the Sun is the happiest card in the deck. It's joy, it's laughter, it's happiness. And the Star is about hope and wishes and wish fulfillment. And this is them. I mean, you are that Nine of Pentacles. You are their star. You are their sun. Okay? I mean, if you just look at those cards, it's just gorgeous energy. It's just radiant energy, and that's what you are to them. This hope and this joy. Okay? And with the duality card here, to clarify, we got the Two of Cups, okay, which is soulmate energy. And it's that bond that you feel, okay, feeling that bond with someone, knowing that, I mean, Yeah, it's just art. I get it. But see how they're looking at each other? It's just with the smiles on their faces, and it's just a knowing and having that connection with someone, having that bond, having that free flow of emotion, sharing that with someone. This is just love. It's what it is. It's a fantastic card. It's also about soulmate energy, and that matches up with this duality, like feeling like you're two sides of the same coin, feeling like you are connected. We also get the Six of Pentacles here, which I find is interesting because duality also talks about balance, and the Six of Pentacles is also about balance. It's also about generosity and wanting to give and wanting someone else to give back to you. With the Six of Pentacles, we want to just be generous with someone, and we obviously hope that they will be generous back in return, but it's really about feeling like I just want to give. I just want to give and give and give to this person. And that's how they feel. They want to be generous with you. And with the Two of Wands here, this is about planning for a future. In the Two of Wands, they are looking for change. Okay, they want to move forward. They've made a choice, and they want to move towards that choice. And to clarify that, we got the Four of Cups. And with the Four of Cups, this is really just saying that they're disappointed right now. Like things aren't working out the way that they hoped. They've poured their energy into things, and it's not working. How things are right now is not satisfying to them. They're disappointed, okay? And they're looking for that change. And this really ties in with that tarantula, not just small change, not just something tiny. They want to change their world. They want to change everything. And I feel like with all of these cards, that it's possible that this person you're connecting with, that you guys aren't actually in this connection yet. Or if you are, hasn't been moving forward, and they definitely want things to move forward, and I feel like you definitely want things to move forward, but you're like holding yourself back for whatever reason. But yeah, they want things to change. They want big change, not just tiny change. So we're going to, that's where I realized that the video had stopped. So we're going to draw now from notes from the universe, and the universe has my back, and then we're going to get tarot cards for advice and suggested actions. So let's get to do that. Can we please get a card for Gemini in regards to this connection? A message for Gemini, please, in regards to this connection. Okay. Most people are just trying to survive. Just remember, most people are so beguiled by your charm, awed by your confidence, and inspired by your choices, they simply forget to say thank you, please, and I love you like crazy as often as they feel the urge. Let's not be one of those people. I think it's interesting, these cards. Sometimes the message on the front ties into the back, and sometimes it just feels like two different messages, okay? With that bee energy, I feel like you're just, you you dedicate so much to your work, to your tasks, to what you've defined as your purpose or whatever, and you're dedicating so much that you're forgetting to express these things. Okay, this is just reminding you. Also, I think it's also showing you that I believe that this person feels, I mean, with this Nine of Pentacles and this star and the sun energy, they think that you are gorgeous, like gorgeous. And you can be male or female, it doesn't matter. I have used the word gorgeous to describe a man on many occasions, okay? Men can be gorgeous. It's about energy, really, and that's how they see you. And you know, maybe they're not expressing it either, but don't be one of those people who's not expressing how you feel. Express it. Don't forget. Everyone is doing their best. So interesting that both cards are like that. You know, everyone's doing their best. We're all just chugging along. There are really only two types of people, those you now love and those you will love. Until there's only one type of person, and then we'll probably hit replay. Okay. Um, so yeah, more talk about kind of just like I said, chugging along. You know, we're all just holding on. But there are really only two types of people, those you now love and those you will love. I'm not really sure. Like, what is that? What is it they're trying to say about this person exactly? Those you now love and those you will love. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Maybe more the message in the front is intended for you. Maybe this means something to you and I'm just not seeing it. It says the game of life, the universe down here. Let's get a card from the universe has your back. Can we please get a message for Gemini in regards to this connection? There's nothing sexier than authentic truth. So true. There's nothing sexier than my authentic truth. How interesting. Okay. Seems kind of like a clear message. I am a spirit having a human experience and I'm here to get closer to love. I feel feels more like that overwhelmed energy, like that I'm just pushing through, I'm just pushing on, I'm just trying to get through today kind of energy, you know? But that whole human experience can be just so daunting and so overwhelming. But you're here to get closer to love. That's why you're here. I really believe that. That is why we are here. And I feel like I live my life that way. And I hope you do too, Gemini. We are here to get closer to love. And so be open to it. And like, I feel like this is encouraging you to, I really feel like you're holding yourself back from this connection, like from letting it be what it wants to be, letting it build, you know. And this person with this tarantula energy, they are, they need change. They need it. And so if they're not going to get it, with you, then they're going to get it somewhere else. They need things to change, is what I'm seeing here. They want it to. They want things to progress with you, but can we please get 3 cards for advice or suggested actions for Gemini? This video is going to be so long because the other portion was 20 minutes long and now this portion's 15. Anyway. Can I please get 3 suggested actions or advice for Gemini? Three suggested actions or advice for Gemini, please. Two more, please. Yeah. One more, please. Advice or action, suggested action or advice for Gemini. Okay. what we get here is Five of Cups, which as advice is telling you to stop thinking about the negative. Like, stop focusing on the negative, possibly how things have failed, how things have disappointed you in the past. Get your head out of that so that you can focus on these two cups that are here in this image. Like, I like this particular image from this deck because this is really what it is. Your thoughts are so wrapped up in whatever went wrong in the past, or things that didn't work out, like things that you invested in that didn't turn out the way you wanted them to, or possibly fears. Okay, you're all wrapped up in that, and you're not allowing yourself to have these two cups and be and pour into those cups. Okay, stop focus stop focusing there, focus here. Okay, the Sun, which is the happiest card in the deck, and this is telling you to enjoy, find the joy regardless of your circumstances. The joy is there. Okay, you just have to find it and hold on to it and enjoy the moment. This is what this card is telling you. Like, right now, this very moment, what is it that makes you happy? Okay, and embrace that joy, embrace that happiness, and celebrate it. All right, and then the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Discs here, this is about a new beginning. This is saying start something, start that commitment, start that new beginning with this stable, like, committed foundation. Build on that. Build something that will last for a long time, something that you are committed to. That's what this is telling you to do. The Sun energy here and here, this is Leo energy. You might be dealing with Leo. Also, we had the Star, which is Aquarius energy. You might be dealing with Aquarius. But that is everything I have for you, Gemini. I hope that this reading resonated with you. I hope that it brought you clarity and helped you with whatever situation you find yourself in. I am super grateful that you've watched this video. Thank you for taking the time, especially if you've gotten this far. Thank you so much. If it did resonate with you, I'd love to hear about it. You could send me a message. My email address is listed in the description box below, or you could post a comment if you prefer, and like the video. That would be helpful as well. But thank you so much for watching. Please remember to have hope, have faith, stop focusing on the negative, think positive thoughts, and you will bring more positive things into your life. Be generous, be grateful, and you will have more ways to be generous, and you will draw in more things to be grateful for. So focus on those things. And good luck to you, Gemini. Thank you again so much for watching. I hope that I see you back here again sometime soon. Bye.